Yes, yes. Bare Knuckle Media. Kolby Kolibas, aka Kolby K, with my man Sean Myself, and lots of great stuff in the works. So, as promised, 2 weeks ago, in preparation for the upcoming Meltdown in the Desert marketing and entrepreneur event that I'm putting on in Scottsdale, Arizona, I promised I would showcase taking one of the ideas on my whiteboard in my office. I've got, 10 or 15 different ideas at any given time that I'm looking at or working on or vetting. And I would show you how to take an idea to revenue in 7 days. So we picked a couple things. We were kind of dabbling around and grabbed one. And we actually did that and took the idea to revenue in less than 48 hours. But as I started to go through it, then I'll showcase exactly what that product was that we offered. But as we get into that video tutorial series is done, and there's a full marketing campaign out selling that today. But what I wanted to do was I want to talk about the building blocks and the foundations that you really, really need to understand in business in general, and specifically in launching a product or service for yourself, right? So as we dive into this and I look at the ideas to revenue, I really want to start with 4 rules of taking your ideas to revenue. And we kind of go through this, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to cover. This video will be available. You'll be able to go back through and watch it again, but get out a pen and a paper, take some good old fashioned notes, open up your notepad in your Mac, follow along, get a Word doc if you're on your PC, take some notes because we're going to cover a ton of stuff. And I want to make sure as you uncover some things, you go through and add some ideas to the things that I cover. So let's go to step 1. Things you really need to understand prior to launch. Okay, there's 4 steps here. Target a market that already has a need. There's a group of people that are already buying a similar product or service in the marketplace today. Don't try to go make up a brand new category in a brand new market. It's really about, especially if we're trying to get a quick hit on a product or service, take advantage of markets that are already in existence. The next piece, they have to have a want for what you're offering, right? They have to have a want or a need. Trying to force somebody to buy something because you think it's a good idea is like pushing a rope uphill. It's just a losing battle. This next bullet is one of the most important things that I will say through this entire presentation. Provide value and solve a problem. At the end of the day, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about finding a market and a group of people that have a need, building a product or service, going back to that group and selling it to them. It's about providing that value and solving a business problem, a legitimate business problem that exists in the market today that you can serve. And then choose a responsive market. Choose a market that's active. It goes back to that number 1 bullet. Target a market that has a need, but they're responsive in their purchasing cycles. The next step, there are a couple questions here that you really need to answer as you're starting to build your foundation out. Step 2, questions about your target audience, right? There's 2 here. Is your audience spending money today on your offering or similar products and services? So it goes back to how we started this off, selling into a market that's buying. So understanding where the audience is that's spending their money today on a product offering similar to what you're going to offer is key. And there's some things you can do through Google searches and third-party tools to see what the top indexed pages are based on search words that you want to put together that will describe your product or service. I'll go through and do a Google tutorial and kind of a third-party tool tutorial on how to identify some of these target audiences and fine-tune that delivery. The next piece, are people spending money to advertise to them? 1, is there an audience spending money? 2, how many people are out there that are spending marketing dollars trying to get in front of them to buy their product or service? That's another Google trick. When you go into Google, you type in your product, a keyword for your product. Let's say you're going to do barbecue grill, an ebook on the best gas grills and how to get the best barbecue in the summer. And you go through and you start to Google gas grills, gas grill ebook, gas grill information product, and you start to fine tune that. When you look at the indexed pages, you're going to see numbers below on how many people are showing up in that market. On the right-hand side is a very important column that you need to think about and you need to look at. Those are advertisers that are paying to get in front of those people that are Googling those searches. So when you click on that ad column, it'll open up a new page and it'll go through however many pages are indexed. The more pages, the better for both of these results. And like I said, I'll cover this in another tutorial and show you exactly how to do it. Okay, step 3. There are 3 different types of leads. So understanding a market is one thing. Understanding who the buyers are and what their behaviors is really the key to this as you're building your ads for your product and service. Know who you're targeting here in step 3. There are three different types of people that buy today. Section 1 are warm leads. They're people who are currently a client. They were a previous client. They already know you. They already like you. They already trust you. This is the best group to start targeting when you're launching a product or service. Whether they're people on your phone, they're in your Facebook, they're on your Instagram, they're in your LinkedIn. They're people that know you and have had some type of interaction with you. I'll do a section on providing value versus trying to sell. Because if you're trying to sell something to somebody and that's the first time they're hearing from you, you've lost that battle. It goes back to providing value, right? Next piece, lukewarm leads. Okay. This group, they have a need for your product or service, and they're probably buying it today. They're just not buying it from you, right? So they have a need. They just don't know you exist yet. This is a great group to focus on for direct marketing efforts, sales efforts. It's a high growth area. When you're doing Facebook ads, there are some unique things that we can do. This is actually one of the product that we launched was how to do better targeted Facebook ads and then leveraging video to get even a laser focused target on that audience. You can use Facebook ads that would be traditional cold traffic, getting lukewarm leads based on their user behaviors and their interests. Last group, cold leads. Scratch these people off the list, especially when you're trying to get big hits, right? They have no idea that they have a need and they have no idea that you exist. This is the most expensive, hardest group to get in front of, and the slowest to move the needle when it comes to any kind of acquisition of product or service. Again, warm leads, people that know, like, and trust you. Lukewarm leads, they're buying something today that you're offering. They just don't know you are there. And then cold leads, they have no idea what you do. They have no idea what your offer is. They don't even know if they have a need for it. Into step 4, okay, now what are you going to sell, right? We're trying to get that quick hit. We're trying to get multiple sources of revenue coming in at the same time. And you've got 2 options here, right? So for step 4, the product starting points. You've got a physical product and a virtual product. A physical product is either something you manufacture or you can wholesale through distribution channels. An example of this would be if you don't build your own product or build your own widget, you can go to sources and sites like Alibaba and you can buy mass goods at a discount to a wholesaler, build a better marketing program, and then resell that product, right? There's some things in Google, again, when you go back to indexing pages and looking and seeing what's showing up and what people are buying, you can do that in Amazon as well. Go to Amazon top sellers and see if there's a way for you to source a similar product through Alibaba, buy it in bulk, market it, repackage it, and have a better mousetrap to get the people to buy things they're already buying by buying them from you. That's a tough value proposition, and it's hard to break into that market, but it's absolutely not impossible, and I know a lot of people that make a ton of money doing that. The next piece, it's a virtual product. So when I was looking at the idea board to launch a product or service to get revenue in 7 days, I wanted to get something that I knew something about, that I had a skill set in, where there was a need that existed, and I could put that together and get it out fast. So virtual products are information products, right? They're ebooks, they're educational videos, they're white papers, they're testimonial like sheets. They're things that a good or service that I can download that's a virtual product. I don't have to physically build something. There's a ton of things you can do around virtual products to add a ton of value around the educational market on the how-tos or where-tos or how to get something done. And that's what we chose to do in our product release. So again, when you're looking at your product starting points as to what you're going to offer once you've looked through the marketplace, physical products or virtual products. So, when you're looking to do all of this, it's about building a solid foundation. You need to understand each one of these principles in order to successfully go to execute your market and your plan. So that's it. Quick tutorial on building out a foundation as you're taking your ideas to revenue. Again, Kolby Kolibas, Bare Knuckle Media. We'll talk to you soon.